Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden Jay, hanging out with
the Rocker Chick
and
J-Dub.
And we are the United States of Paranormal.
Woo.
What is going on?
Hello.
J-Dub is all fired up today. She's excited to get in here.
When aren't I?
Do some podcasting.
Yeah.
Talk to all of our friends out there.
Woohoo.
Listen, as of this recording, as of today, we had the interview with Brian Greer.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of all of that talk with Brian, we talked about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Do you remember that?
I love him.
And I mentioned that Zach had the whole scenario of the Ghostbusters Funko Pops.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Zach heard it, he was like, dude, you got to check it out. So Zach sent me a video of all of his Funko Pops that he got. And holy shit, that dude has a lot of them. It was amazing. Cool. I loved it. Zach, thank you for the video. What else we got going on? Let me hit the fine points right out the gate, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not want to hear our banter, you just want to hear the story,
because you're lame,
then check the show notes. There is a timestamp that tells you when the story starts. So you can go ahead and fast forward through all of this glorious, glorious banter that we so love to do.
Mm-hmm. And majority of our fans love it too. So
It's true. It's true. You get lots of emails and IM saying they love the banter. So for those who love to listen to us, it's chit-chat, then here we go.
What? Chit-chat?
Chit-chat.
Wow.
Also, if you're not part of it, and you'd like to be, go to patreon.com/2sop and be a part of the Patreon. We have 3 tiers. You can just kind of jump on and be a supporter of the podcast on our tier 1. Or you can see the videos of all of our podcasts in tier 2. Or in tier 3, you get all the reaction videos and all of the weekly podcasts on video like you do in tier 2. But feel free to jump on there.
Do it.
Come on.
Do it.
Help support the pod. And you can also help support the pod by going to theunitedstatesofparanormal.com and picking up your Parafeet shirt.
Yes.
Or your...
Which J-Dub is wearing.
I can't get a picture.
The Rocker Chick has got her
Beaver hanging
great
out.
white bald beaver hanging out. And, of course, I'm rocking out the golden, the golden oldies ball cap, which is not up on the site yet, but will be soon.
It's pretty nice. I like it.
Look at the flat bill. Oh, we do. I thought I had an email. There's so much going on. Yes, here we go.
Yay!
We got an email.
Okay. Is it a good email?
Well, of course it's a good email because it's from ISOCAM.
Hey!
I think that I have to vote for the straw man.
Yay!
I like donuts, and us people with a thick country accent need to stick together. Also joining on the donut talk, I just prefer a regular warmed-up glazed one. Don't take that dirty. Of course, I emailed him back away and said, you know I'm taking that dirty.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, ISO likes some warm and glazed up. That's all I'm saying.
Like a warm apple pie.
Oh, my. But, yeah, thank you, ISO, for the email. Keep them coming, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the show. I know that he is on the Patreon and is always liking the videos on there. So I appreciate you, buddy, so much.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
We don't get the long emails from ISO like, say, the call guys do. But, you know.
Short and sweet.
I love it. I love it. ISO's a big supporter of all the podcasts, as well as this week's top fan contributor to the United States Paranormal. It is the Straw Man once again this week. Thank you, Mason, for being a top fan and top contributor.
Nice.
I get a little email reminder from Facebook to let me know who our top fan is this week. Of course, you're not going to get it from us every week, but you know, because we record every couple of weeks. But
That's fine.
yeah, we are right now recording back-to-back weeks because work stuff is going on next week, and J-Dub needs to be 100% focused, and I'm afraid that she's going to be putting in the long hours next week. So we moved this up a week so that we can make sure her schedule's free for next week in this monstrous task that she has been a part of here. Which reminds me, apparently I am not part of the team, as I am I am not one of the girls who are down there working, you know.
Whatever, you're a lady.
I wouldn't even talk to him today. He waved at him. He's like, "Hey," in the hallway, and I'm like, "Yo, fuck you." Keep on moving on.
Whatever.
Oh, well, he was busy talking to somebody else. He just waved and said hi. Just saying.
All right.
He might be a little butthurt over that. He's working hard in that dock with everybody. I'm just not part of the big grand scheme of what Jen's got going on.
He saw Lindsay and I walking around doing most of the work. You were in the back, so he just saw us first.
I was
probably.
hiding. I was hiding back there.
Probably vaping.
Probably. What? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, who's got the question of the pod? Paranormal edition.
I have the question of the pod.
Guess my fart.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
If someone narrated your life, who would you want to be the narrator?
Wow, you know what? That's an interesting question. I mean, so what do you think, JW? You know who you want to be?
Oh, yeah. Marcus Campbell that sent in his story about his dad with all the luck. With the really deep voice.
Right.
Yeah, he can narrate my life. I can listen to him all day. All day.
Do you have somebody you got picked out?
Yep, I do.
And it's?
Florence Pugh.
I love her.
Oh, I would listen to her tell your story,
Yeah, I
because
would
she would say my name. Oh yeah, she'd say my name all day long.
I love her.
Yeah, I do too. That's my go-to if I was a lesbian.
Mine too.
Mine too. Actually, I think I'd follow along with J-Dub, but I would go Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
That was the
that'd be
first
good.
name, besides maybe Vin Diesel. Can you imagine Vin Diesel? We're talking about Jeremy's family.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman was the first thing that popped into my head when I saw that
Right.
question, but I had to change it up.
Like Marcus, he's got that voice, and you know, it's like, wow, that's that voice is amazing. You guys tell us, listeners, who would you want to narrate your life story? The United States Paranormal at gmail.com. And it's okay to say, you know what? I'd like Golden Jay to do that.
Or if you think of-
Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh, Bobby, you're in trouble.
Don't ruin it, Robbie. Don't ruin it.
or if they can think of somebody that they think would fit to narrate
Oh.
our lives.
Oh, wow. That'd be a good one,
That'd be
too.
a good one.
Yeah,
Let us know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Who do you think should narrate our lives? So give us yours and give us what you think about what should be ours. Come on, ISO. Just sit down behind that keyboard and go to it. Straw Man, I know you got one. Hit me with it.
Celestial Stag.
Yeah, I can see now. Straw Man's like, I want J-Dub to do mine.
Yeah, right.
Anything else we need to hit on before we start with our story today? Wow.
Somebody's birthday month is coming up.
I know.
Ooh.
How are we celebrating your birthday month?
I don't know. I'm taking the first week off. So.
Oh. Hey, listen. Everybody should take a whole week off for their birthday. So, I mean,
Mine's just not on my birthday.
yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
could take
It
your
works.
birthday off.
My birthday's on a Saturday, I think. So I
Is
already
it
have
really?
off.
Ooh. She can get lit.
I
I
can't.
thought you were going to say laid.
Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
both. Who knows?
Both.
Will I be there for that or what?
Hello, Florence Pugh.
I will be there for that.
He's going to be recording.
Even if I had to sit back and watch the entire thing, I'm there.
Oh,
That won't be on the Patreon, though, guys. Sorry. You'd have to pay extra.
We got a new tier coming to the Patreon. Oh, wow.
sorry.
That's funny.
All you get
You know,
is,
once she gets in your head, you have to like pull her out. And yeah, yeah.
all you get is feet. That's all you see is the feet.
Oh, my God.
It's two pair of feet. So that's it. Just your birthday month's coming in. Taking a week off for the 4th. Of course, this will be out after the 4th is over, but that's okay.
Yeah, happy 4th of July to everybody.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's still got all their fingers and toes, and if you're a redneck, your wiener.
Eyebrows. whatever,
Eyebrows. Yeah. Hope you guys had fun. I'm sure that we watched fireworks in the back of the lot at Jellystone, because that would be the every 4th of July plan.
Yeah. It is.
They have,
It
a good,
is.
they have a good fireworks show out there for a small campground. Well, it's not really a small campground, but
Yeah, I was going to say.
yeah. But it's not like, oh, well, I don't know. It's a Jellystone. It's a Yogi. It's over
We're like the
1,000
largest
lots. Yeah,
Jellystone there is. So
there is in the world.
Really?
pretty sure
Oh,
we're the
wow.
largest.
Well, there you have it. So,
In
yeah.
Pierceton, Indiana. It's the largest one. I mean, all the lakes and stuff. So I
Right.
I
get it.
didn't say the nicest one, but we are the
Oh.
largest. I don't know. I really want to go to Fremont one at least once. 'cause
Is that
they
the one with
have,
the
like-
water park?
Yes. Yes, that looks pretty cool. But anyways, sorry, Jellystone. I love Jellystone.
You do love Jellystone. All right. Well, let's get into today's story. J-Dub, are you ready for this? I can't believe that you are going back to talk more about this.
Anything for my listeners. Well, not anything, but
All I know is that that for the Patreon users who are going to be able to watch the video, oh my goodness, you wait to see some of these facial expressions.
alrighty. So, yes, I am going back to alien abduction stories. And these are real life ones, not, well, hopefully not made up, but, you know, you never know anymore. All right.
Witnesses. They have witnesses.
Yeah. The first up, the alien abduction of Betty and Barney Hill.
I thought for sure she was going to go Rebel.
No. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that. On September 19th, 1961, a couple from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, claims to have been abducted by aliens. It was the first widely publicized alien abduction case. Betty and See, it's already there. Freaking me out. Betty and Barney Hill of Portsmouth, New Hampshire are at the center of the country's first widely publicized alien abduction account. The alleged abduction took place 63 years ago. Not to carry it over too far, but they were kind of the Adam and Eve of alien abductions, said Bill Ross, a professor at University, New Hampshire, who is responsible for curating the school's extensive collection on Barney and Betty. That collection is quite popular. Of the more than 3,000 special collections at UNH, Ross said that Betty and Barney Hill collection gets around 17% of their web traffic. As the story goes, on September 19th, 1961, Barney and Betty Hill were driving home from their honeymoon in Montreal. As they drove through New Hampshire's White Mountains, they said they were followed by what felt like a spotlight. Eventually, they pulled over and said they spotted a ship floating above their car. They were kind of enveloped by this light from the ship that they had seen, and then they kind of blacked out, said Ross. When they came to, they said they were in their car miles down the road and couldn't remember the last 2 hours. They got home and there were mysterious marks on their car. The zipper on Betty's dress was torn and stained. The strap on Barney's binoculars was broken, said Ross. Who wears binoculars?
While driving down the road.
They were peeping.
Yeah.
For the most part, the couple kept the story quiet, but after experiencing nightmares and anxiety, they turned to hypnosis to see whether there were suppressed memories of the event. It appears there were. Imagine that.
Mm.
The hypnotist recorded the session in which Betty and Barney recall boarding a saucer-like aircraft and were taken into separate rooms to be physically evaluated. The recordings were eerie as Betty was terrified by the creatures and experience. The fascinations remain, and my fascination is just with the impact that their story had, said Ross. Ross says he's a skeptic himself, but there are a lot of believers out there. Next up, alien abduction of Travis Walton. This one should be easier. Travis.
Not Barney and Betty.
No.
B&B.
On November 5th, 1975, a 7-person logging crew were driving home after a long workday in the Apache Sites-Greaves National Forest when they suddenly encountered a UFO. One of the men, 22-year-old Travis Walton, got out of the truck to investigate. Nope. His crewmates were horrified when they witnessed a bolt of blue light flash from the alien ship and knock Travis into the forest floor. Fearing Travis dead, the crewmates fled back to town and called the sheriff.
Wait,
Great
they just
friends.
fucking left him there?
Fucking leave him.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
I probably would have been like, you go. Somebody else go. I'll go get help. When a search of the area turned up no sign of Travis, puzzling questions arose. Was Travis truly abducted by aliens? Did his coworkers murder Travis or have something to do with his disappearance and concocted the UFO story to cover their tracks? The 6 crewmen passed polygraph examinations, but rumors persisted. The Walton story became an international media sensation and pushed the residents of rural Snowflake, Arizona to the brink. Years later, the film Fire in the Sky brought awareness of the story to a whole new group of UFO investigators. They uncovered physical evidence that may prove alien visitation on planet Earth.
So Travis was never
found.
Oh.
That's scary.
Maybe they liked him or he liked to stay there. And it's like, no, I'll just stay. This is nice. You guys got these great windows. I can look out. Got a carrot in my butt.
No. No.
No?
Nope. Next up is Whiteley Stryber, and sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Woken by a strange noise, he saw a small, non-human entity approaching his bed. Suddenly, it was morning. Not only had he awoken disoriented, but he felt oddly aggressive too. I would be mad. It was during a session of regressive hypnosis a few months later that some of the memories returned. According to Whiteley, beings that he had seen that has since referred to as visitors entered his home and abducted him. Asleep in his Delta Chelsea hotel room in the middle of the night on June 6, 1998, Whiteley claimed to have been visited by another mysterious stranger. He stated, "I got up to open the door thinking it was room service waiter. It was not. It was a man I described as about 5.5 feet tall, older looking, like someone in his 70s. He wore dark colored clothing, a turtleneck, and charcoal slacks." Whiteley claimed the visitor stood motionless by the window for nearly an hour, expounding on the dangers of creating an intelligence more evolved than its creator. Whiteley said it was the most extraordinary conversation I've ever had in my life.
Did he knock on the door?
He said he knocked on the door, but he was at the window.
He let him in.
Yeah. He let him into his room and he stood by the window. Yeah. Yeah. But he knocked on the door? It's like, hey, I'd like to come in.
Maybe that was a ghost, not an alien.
Could be. Maybe he was doing shrooms.
All right. Calvin Parker and Charles Hickson. It was October 11th, 1973, when Calvin Parker and Charles Hickson went fishing on the banks of the Pascagoula River in Mississippi. Sorry if I didn't say that right. Don't come at me. I won't care anyways. At first, when Parker saw blue lights reflected on the water, he thought police had come to instruct the two to leave. A big light came out of the clouds, Parker recalled. It was a blinding light. It was hard to tell with the light so bright, but it looked like it was shaped like a football. I would say, just estimating, it was about 80 feet. It made very little sound. It was just like a little hissing noise. Parker then claimed that three legless creatures floated out of the vessel toward him. He described all three as being mitten-shaped or having mitten-shaped claws, while one was necklace and gray. The other appeared to be more feminine. When one of them tried to wrap its hands around Parker's neck, his natural response of fear oddly subsided. I think they injected us with something to calm us. I was kind of numb and went along with the program. Nope. My clip would be empty. I'd be shooting at him. Parker said that he and Hickson were taken aboard the alien vessel and experimented on. Afterward, the two terrified fishermen found themselves back on the riverbank as though nothing had happened. They drove to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and told Captain Glenn Ryder and Sheriff Fred Diamond the entire story. When I got in there, they had me, Hickson told the police. There were no seats, no chains. They just moved around me. I couldn't resist them. I just floated. Felt no sensation, no pain. They kept me in that position for a little while. Then they'd raise me back up. Hickson claimed that a machine resembling a giant eyeball looked over his entire body. He said he was surrounded by inhuman 5-foot-tall beings. What are you doing?
The eyeball.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen Flight of the Navigator?
Yeah.
When it's like that.
Yep.
The captain didn't believe the two men. He stopped He stepped out of the interrogation room, but left a little secret recording device running in hopes of obtaining proof that their alien stories were fabricated. But what he heard later on the recording made him think twice. Jesus Christ, God have mercy. I thought I'd been through enough of hell on this earth, and now I've got to go through something like this, said Hickson to Parker. But they could have, I guess they could have harmed us. They had use. They could have done anything to us. I just want to cry right now, added Parker. What's so damn bad about it is nobody's going to believe us. With no physical evidence of their abduction, the alien story remained a mystery. Parker stayed quiet about the event for decades, but after Hickson's death in 2011, he wrote a 2018 book on the matter. Its publication prompted others to come forward, claiming that they had too seen a UFO that night.
Oh, that same night?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to believe, when stuff like that happens and you don't have any markings or anything.
And I think that happens a lot. Like people don't come out because their fear of being ridiculed and not believed. But the people that do come out realize there's other people that saw something the same time, the same place. And
yeah.
It does seem to be an ongoing thing, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Whether it be aliens or ghosts or, anything like that, that people are experiencing these things, but they keep it to themselves because they're afraid of what society is going to do to them.
Well, when I lived in that haunted house, I didn't tell anybody for the longest time, except for my best friend, Sarah.
You mean the one that's haunting that bathroom?
Yeah. Yep. This one is the abduction of Antonio Villas Boas. Sorry if I butchered that. In 1954, two Venezuelan teenagers claimed that they found a UFO in the woods, and they were only able to escape with their lives after fighting off small, hairy aliens. It could have just been hairy midgets, right?
Could have.
Brazilian journalist Joao with the squiggly Martins covered the alleged experience in 1957 and asked readers to send in their own experiences. That's when he was contacted by farmer Antonio Villas Boas. Martin paid for the 23-year-old's travel expenses and put him up in Rio de Janeiro, where Dr. Olavo Fontes examined him. Boas claimed that he experienced an alien abduction one day after reading Martin's article chronicling the Venezuelan incident, which seemed rather convenient. Boas said he had been working nights in his family's field in order to avoid the hot daytime temperatures. On October 16, 1951, he supposedly saw a red star above the field near San Francisco de Sales. As it approached, Boas claimed that atop the egg-shaped craft was a area containing a rotating red light. As the vessel extended its 3 legs to the earth, Boas claimed that he tried to flee, but was captured by 5-foot-tall beings wearing gray overalls and helmets, and then taken aboard their ship. Boas alleged that the beings' eyes were blue and small, and their communication consisted of animal-like sounds. After blood was taken from his chin, Boas was supposedly placed into a room filled with a strange gas which caused him to feel severely ill. Soon, a naked and attractive female entered the room. Boas claimed the woman had long blonde hair and red pubic hair, and that the two soon engaged in sex. Afterwards, the woman gestured to her stomach, then motioned upwards, which Boas later interpreted to mean that she would raise their child in space. Boas claimed he felt angry at having been treated like a good stallion by the beings. He was then taken off the ship and watched it ascend into the heavens. 4 hours had passed since his abduction.
Wow.
I mean, he had sex. He didn't have anything go up his butt like a probe.
Well, he got the sex that he wanted, not the sex he didn't want.
Yeah. So I don't know about that one.
Yeah, they have clothes on. That's odd.
And helmets.
That's odd.
Are they like construction aliens working on the highway up in the galaxy somewhere?
Far, far away.
They're out of town on leave.
Yeah. They wonder if it was the logger, Travis.
It could be.
Maybe. All right. The abduction of pilot Frederick Valentich. Sorry if I butchered that. On October 21st, 1978, Australian pilot Frederick disappeared into the thin air. It was during a 125 nautical mile training flight aboard his plane over the Bass Strait between Tasmania and the Australian mainland that the confounding incident occurred. It's important to note that the 20-year-old, who was an enthusiast of alien stories and UFOlogy, was a fairly experienced pilot. At 7:06 p.m., while at 4,500 feet after departing Moorabbin to reach King Island, Frederick reported that an unidentified craft was following him. That's what I've been like, floor it, buddy!
You can't outrun a spaceship.
You don't know. Maybe they run out of gas before him. Melbourne Flight Service insisted that there was no traffic near him, but the pilot was adamant a large vessel was on his tail. He explained that it had 4 bright lights and suddenly passed 1,000 feet above him at a remarkable speed. For 5 straight minutes, Frederick described its movements and shiny metallic exterior. Suddenly, Frederick experienced engine trouble. Melbourne Flight Service asked him once again what the aircraft looked like. "It is hovering and it's not an aircraft," were his final words. The last sound radio officials heard was a metallic scraping sound. Authorities presumed he had crashed, but a later search of the area came up with nothing. Not even the Australian Department of Transport could find answers. In 2014, however, new claims came to light. A UFO action group in Victoria alleged that an unidentified farmer observed a UFO nearly 90 feet in length hovering above his farm on the morning following Frederick's disappearance. More importantly, the farmer supposedly claimed that the pilot's plane was stuck to the UFO leaking oil. While the farmer said he scratched the airplane's registration number on his tractor, he never came forward, claiming that the ridicule he'd received from his peers after telling them his tale had discouraged him. Unfortunately, the Victorian UFO group never managed to identify the man. For the UFO action group's lead investigator, George Simpson, frustration abounds. It's easy for some to dismiss, but there are corroborating stories confirming there was a UFO near Adelaide at the time, he said. This was an experienced pilot who should have been able to identify another craft, but was clearly unable to. Ultimately, only a few possibilities regarding the disappearance of Frederick exist. That he crashed and his remains were never recovered, that he purposely disappeared, or, of course, that he was abducted by entities we don't yet understand. The end. I'm probably going to have nightmares tonight.
I liked it. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
lots of different takes on UFO abductions.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go back and discuss real quick the guy that had sex with the, would you say blonde, naked woman?
With red pubic hair?
With red pubic hair. Listen, the drapes don't match the carpet.
No.
When you started with that story, when you got into that story, and it never dawned on me, do you think that all the probes and all that stuff are part of them taking our DNA, trying to grow human beings? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying?
Well,
if they're getting her pregnant with his, with his junk.
Well, and she already looked human.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're trying to
reproduce
to make it look like they're more like us, to walk among us, maybe?
I don't know. There's so much theory on this that they've made movies about it. You know, if you've never seen They Live, I mean, that's we did that on Call Guys / Golden 80s with a crossover. We did that movie They Live from the 80s with Roddy Piper, where the glass has shown that they were aliens that already lived among us. I mean, I am a true, firm believer in aliens or extraterrestrial life, because I think that it would be completely foolish of us as the human race to believe that we are the only entities in this universe, period.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they have already infiltrated? They have been spotted here for a long time, for decades. People have been in. You talked about Betty and Barney as kind of the first, the
Adam and
the start,
Eve
yeah.
Ghosts, or not ghosts, alien abductions.
Of alien abductions, yeah. So, I mean, that was what, 63 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, in the 60s?
63 or 1961.
1961. So if they've been coming here since the early 60s, who's to say that they haven't already implanted themselves in the human race and are walking around?
Yeah, because I'm sure they've been around longer than us. So
Right.
what,
I mean, I know it's kind of mind numbing to think about if you really spend too much time thinking about it. But if they've been around since the 60s, who's to say they haven't evolved, and that the original aliens have already quote unquote passed away.
And those are the original scary looking ones.
Yeah.
And now they look like lumberjacks.
Now they look like.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
They look like that guy that delivered shit earlier today in the white van. But
Scary man.
But I mean, this is a discussion that we could do an entire podcast on by itself, is this whole alien conspiracy theory. But I just think that they're already here and they're already absorbed into our society. Me personally, we just got to figure out how. How do we figure out which ones are which?
Somebody needs to come up with glasses that show us.
Exactly. What do you think? What is your thought process on this?
Oh, I believe there's aliens, and I'm sure there are some here. But yeah, you'll never know, probably.
You don't think you'll ever know? You don't think it'll ever come out?
No.
Not in my lifetime.
Well, what makes me wonder how soon it will come out is that the government has actually started within the last couple of years saying, hey, yeah, we did have, we got this, we've got that. And we've talked about this for the last year. Do we think that they are prepping us for the big reveal?
Well, I mean, the government's never lied before.
Ever.
Never.
That was just a ploy to take our minds off of something else going on in
Yeah.
the world.
Some other political thing that's
Yep.
underwire. That could very well be. It's like, hey, they always said the government's like a magic show.
Well, there are a lot of on like online and stuff. I've been seeing a lot of videos of people like they post something and they're like, "Watch his eyes," and then they like either they'll blink and they all black, and
Right.
then they'll blink again, or they'll blink and there's no their eyes are still open but they blinked, or weird stuff like that. And then all these people are like, "Oh, he's an alien."
It's true. I know what you're talking about. I've seen there's one of the Pope even. Have you seen that one where he's like rubbing his eyes and then he pulls part of his quote unquote mask off or whatever?
I saw one of that one. I saw one of Britney Spears, and then I saw one of Biden, and then there was a really famous guitarist that I saw. I can't remember who the band was, but it was the video. The band was walking through like the corridor, but backstage, and they were recording. And she goes, "Watch his eyes," and it was weird.
Keith Richards.
Probably.
That would explain a lot right there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I just, I mean, like I said, we could do an entire podcast just on.
You
on
guys
aliens.
can. I won't.
You don't want to do a deep dive on aliens? Listen, man, every chance I get when the skies are clear, I will sit there and just stare up and maybe see something.
No thanks.
I think it would be interesting to meet an alien or be the quote unquote be abducted. I mean, I don't want to get probed. I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but I'd love to have that opportunity. I'd probably be scared. I'd probably have a heart attack and die and be like, "Fuck, we lost another one."
And they'd be like, "Well, we can eat him."
Yeah. Put another shrimp on the Bobbi. He looks delicious.
Put him on a grill. We'll smoke him.
Look at all that fat. That's gonna really
Be like
render out nice.
Hog roast.
There you have it.
They got you on a spit.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So many things that could go with that. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I think that each one of those stories could be a whole conversation in itself. I mean, I got stuck on the matching a DNA type thing that I thought that maybe they were doing. So, but I mean, the other ones. I mean, the one about Travis. I remember when the movie came out, and that was a big storyline in a lot of different things, internet and so on and so forth. But I never did see the movie because I just thought it'd be sad because he never came back. But yeah, did they kill him or did he get abducted?
We'll never know, I guess.
Never know. Unless somebody's still investigating it. Hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, the whole Betty and Barney thing, I've lost myself for hours in a drive too when I'm doing long drives. Like, wait, fucking how'd we get here?
Yeah.
I know there's 7 stop signs between where I was and where I am now. Did I actually stop at those stop signs? You ever done that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's not good. But you're in such muscle memory that if it's a path that you've taken often.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good work.
Thanks.
Alien abduction. We'd love to hear your theory on alien abductions. Just put the subject line as "This is for J-Dub." And let us know. Have you ever been abducted by aliens? Have you guys ever seen something you can't explain in the sky? I know I have. It might have been a lightning bug. It might have been a spaceship. I don't know. It was quick, it was bright, and it was not a meteor.
Or it was you mooning.
Could be. The reflection of the moon on my belly threw me off. All right. Let us know. United States Paranormal at gmail.com. You know, we'd love to hear from you. I love hearing from all of our listeners. You guys are great. Keep up the good work and keep hitting me up. Like I said, I'm always having conversations with Mason and Zach and now Brian. We become good friends with Brian since since his interview. So we're having a lot of fun talking with you guys outside of the podcast. So please feel free. Don't be shy. The United States of Paranormal @gmail.com. Once again, don't forget we are on Patreon. If you want to see this episode in full video, you can get on one of the tiers. You're only going to get video from tier 2 up. So, but any tier that you sign up for, I am going to send you an autographed poster of the United States Paranormal.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Yeah. So jump on there, $3, $6, and $12 a month. Help support the pod. Help keep us going. We need all the help we can get.
That's cheaper than a cup of coffee now.
Pretty much. You ain't getting a Venti for less than $6. Mm-mm. So, and that's only a month.
Yeah.
How many Venti coffees do you have? Bobbi had 4 coffees today. They weren't from Starbucks, but they are Starbucks. Listen, I need help paying for Bobbi's coffee. All right. Yeah, you got the website. You can go check out all the merch. The girls are supporting today with the parafeet and the bald beaver.
That's right.
I even got a Call Guys shirt.
I know.
And another side shirt.
I need to send that picture you sent me to Gunner so he can get it on the Call Guys Facebook page.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. If you like us, of course, there's lots of other pods in the Golden Mojo Empire. So go check them out. Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Golden 80s, Quarter Books and Booze, and Murd Nerds. The last 2 are all backlogged. There's nothing new coming out right at this moment. I know you guys are waiting on Murd Nerds. It's my fault. I'm working on it.
I'm busy.
I got a lot going on, and I need to get a solid research for this first story and a solid story written for this first story. So bear with me. We are going to be bringing back Murd Nerds hopefully pretty soon. So the rocker chick's just smiling at me right now like you need one more fucking thing to do.
No, I'm just thinking you keep saying it.
I keep saying it. All right. I ain't even going to see you this weekend. I'm going to be all batting down the hatches. Watch out. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for listening today. And keep it spooky. And I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The United States of Paranormal. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com or at any other of our social media pages. At Twitter at TOSOPPOD, at Instagram at The United States of Paranormal, or Facebook at The United States of Paranormal, or YouTube at The United States of Paranormal 1795.
Please check out our other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network. The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, The Golden 80s, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze.
And if you have a location you would like us to check into or a creepy story that you would love to tell us, please email us at theunitedstatesofparanormal@gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen.